exogenic force. If we see, there are the two types of exogenic force. One, I said, it is a static force, and another it is, I said, dynamic force. If we'll see static force we can say like it is what? Weathering, and then dynamic force like we can say erosion. Okay. A static force is like I said weathering, and then dynamic force I said that like erosion. And most of the time I have seen like a student when read geomorphology, even the geography optional, giving the mains 1 year after another, but they do not have a good concept on it, then how they are writing mains every year? In every topic there is some basics are there, and when you are understanding that basics, you can understand those whole topic, and without this geomorphology you can't understand. I said that weathering. If I am talking about weathering, I said that suppose it is in a rock, and in this rock rainfall is happening every day, suppose. So what will happen in the porous area, this water through the rainfall will be absorbed. Jitne bhi diagram banane hain in this examination, whether it is geography, whether it is GS paper 1, whether it is your GS paper 2, paper 3, if you want to get extra marks, you know that first fighting students ka kya hota hai? Concept, and then facts yaad hona. But to get more and more marks, to get into some higher rank and better rank, you should have what? Better diagrams. You can make diagrams in any paper of GS as well as what? Geography. Your imagination, just imagine every point. Jitna imagine karna chahte ho, that much you try to imagine. So imagination can help you to what is, and I said that making a diagram. And diagram means conveying the things very easily. An administrator job is the same thing. आप किसी चीज को बड़े easy present करें. And when the water is absorbed, then what will happen? जैसे ही water absorb होगा, the volume will increase, and this rock will expand. So what is happening? The first process, what is happening? Expansion. किसकी वजह से? Due to absorption. Expansion due to absorption. And thereafter what happened? And when the rainfall is not happening, at that time it is in a what? Temperature is there, and due to that water is evaporating. And when the water is evaporating, then what will happen? Yes, there will be contraction. So again its volume will what? Volume decreased. Volume क्या हुआ? Decrease हुआ. So यहाँ पर here you will see volume increased, and then due to contraction volume decreased. If this phenomena will happen regularly, then over the period rock will break into particles of rock. Rock will break into particles of rock. It means this is weathering. This is what I said that. What is the meaning this? Weathering. So क्या हो रहा है? What is happening? Here it is what is happening? Disintegration. Disintegration of rock into particles of rock. And who is doing? Water. Who is doing? Water is doing. And this is the one phenomenon that we have seen. Again. And this is another, I said that this is in a rock. And who is doing this one? Water. And here is in a rock. In the daytime, temperature is there. In the daytime, temperature is there. Due to temperature, what will happen? This rock will, due to temperature, there is a what? Expansion, coefficient of expansion. It will expand. And in the night time, in the daytime it is expanding. And in the night time, I said, in the night time, due to the, what is a removal of temperature, it will start contracting. Yes. So there is a what? Contraction. So these two are, one it is on the other side water, another side is in a temperature. They are playing together. Yeah, they are going side by side or they are going separately. They are happening together. Yes or not? Pani bhi ho raha hai, pani hat gaya, then there is it is drying up, and also तो ये कई phenomena एक साथ हो रहे हैं. I said that again this contraction and expansion lead to what? Rock to break into particles of rock. Understood? But all these are happening in origin. Rock break होकर वहीं पे हो रहा है. They are what is breaking in situ. It is breaking into situ. And who is doing this one? Who is doing this one? Physical factor, temperature, pressure, rainfall. Who is doing this one? But understood this one? So it is who is doing? Physical factor is doing. Expansion, contraction and all. Water. If I said that there is water vapor in the atmosphere and there is a carbon dioxide, there is a water vapor in the atmosphere, there is a sulfur oxides, there is a water vapor in the atmosphere, there is I said nitrogen oxides. All are making what? Acidic water and causing rainfall. So what is happening? Acidic rainfall. And this acidic rainfall is falling onto the rock. And you know that this acidic rainfall will start react with the rocks. And then rock will start what? Breaking into particles of rock. And that is known as, I said, that what? Weathering. But who is doing? Chemical reaction. आपको examination hall में, if you want to become more creative, do something like this with the examiner. See, yes, he is what person who can present himself the things to be harder, very easy. React with the rocks and then breaking it and then particles of rock converting. And they are happening in where? In situ, in the origin. What is this? Weathering. And it is done by whom? Chemical reaction. And this is known as a decomposition of rock. This is known as what? If chemically breaking, it is known as what? Decomposition. And if you are physically breaking, it is known as what? Disintegration. Understood? Now, I said another. I said that here we have a crack in the rock. In this crack, roots of the plant is there. In this crack, roots, and this is, I said that tree. Yes. There are some micro rhizal fungi are there. Which fungi? Fungi. And this mycorrhizal fungi from the rocks bring nutrients, and these nutrients are known as apatite, biotite. Who is doing? Mycorrhizal fungi. And this mycorrhizal fungi, apatite and biotite से क्या तोड़ा? Yes, rock से क्या तोड़ा? Apatite and biotite. This apatite and biotite is a nutrient for the, I said that, trees, and then trees started growing, and at the same time I said that this roots started what? Expanding. These roots started what? Expanding. When the roots started expanding, it will put pressure on which? Side wall of crack. When the roots started expanding, they will put in a pressure on the side wall of the rock, of the crack, and this way slowly and slowly helping in breaking the rock. So it is doing who? Who is doing? Pressure. And the pressure is a physical factor. Yes or not? So here plant means biological weathering. We are watching. हमने कौन सा देखा? अभी physically देखा हमने. Chemically we have seen. Now we are going to see what is in a biologically. In the biologically, what is happening? Biologically, what is happening? Physical weathering. Breaking the rock by pressure. Breaking the rock by pressure. And what happened? Physical weathering, biological weathering is itself enough physical weathering, but at the same time the roots of the plant has what? Some chemicals, and these chemicals will react and also help in breaking the rock. So that it is also doing what? Chemical weathering. So biological weathering is a combination of what? Physical weathering and what is it? Chemical weathering. Understood? लेकिन ये रॉक टूट कर कहीं जा रहा है या वहीं पे रह जा रहा है? वहीं पे रह जा रहा है. So therefore it is a dynamic force or static force? Static force. So weathering can be defined as, weathering as it is a static phenomena in which there is a disintegration and decomposition of rock into particles of rock by physical, chemical and biological factor in its situ. Yes or not? You can write down this. This is the definition of weathering. What is the definition of weathering? It is a static phenomena in which there is a disintegration and decomposition of rock into particles of rock by physical, chemical and biological factor in its situ. In its situ, in their origin. When they will break, they will remain in the origin. They will not move here and there. So समझ में आ गया what is weathering? Yes? So weathering is a static phenomena. I said, and biological weathering, physical weathering involves pressure, temperature, all this, and chemical weathering involves what? Reaction, chemical reaction, and sometimes biochemical reaction. Yes or no? So I said that static force you have seen live. if we have seen like there is a weathering is of three types. First it is, I said that physical weathering, second it is chemical weathering, third it is biological weathering. And this question can be asked separately in your mains also. Last few years से मैं observe कर रहा हूँ, they are asking, last year the question comes like what I said, that basket of egg topography, very simple question they are asking where the students are not giving importance. Very simple. You know that the question in the geography optional is comparatively very simple than the GS itself, GS geography. Comparatively, the question which is they are asking, compare, there you have to more of what is a dynamic, but in the geography optional, the question is more of what I said, that straightforward. Physical weathering. If I see that physical weathering, in the physical weathering, again I said that what is happening? Disintegration is happening. What is happening? जब किसी चीज को आप ब्रेक करो, what is in a physically? It is known as a disintegration. It is in a disintegration of what? It is a disintegration of what? Rock into which one? Particles of rock. लेकिन इसमें क्या इन्वॉल्व होगा? Temperature by temperature, pressure and water. Temperature, pressure and water. Understood? So physical weathering is a disintegration of rock into particles of rock by temperature, pressure and water. We have some kind of what is in a types of physical weathering. I have given some question, आपको उसमें दिया हुआ भी है. Physical weathering, if I say that